Welcome to Wrestling Talk in the Shop, where we will review wrestling memorabilia and talk all things professional wrestling straight from the wrestling ring.
Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Wrestling Talk in the Shop, and we're out here. Today we're going to go over the DVDs, and I just want to talk a little bit about this. We're just a little bit overwhelmed with this wrestling collection. We still haven't quite got it all figured out, or how we're gonna display it all, but we're gonna do our best. And we're out here. It's like 11 o'clock at night. We're in Texas. It's hot. We just got to do things the way we can. But anyway, I'll jump right into the DVDs and we'll talk about it. First off, we have a sealed version of Owen Heart of Gold. Let's see, when was this made? Because I know WWE hasn't made anything WWE hasn't made anything for Owen Hart in a while. Let's see, I can't find a date on this thing anywhere. No, 3D set. There it is. It's got some of his good matches on it. I'll turn around and let you look at the back of it. There it is, Owen Hart. We're just gonna talk real quick because this guy had an extensive collection. Legends of Wrestling collection. This has Jerry Lawler, Junkyard Dog, Ric Flair, Sergeant Slaughter, Ric Flair, and Buff Bagwell. Who would ever think Buff Bagwell would be highlighted on a WWE DVD? But it's a 3D set. And then here you go to Forever Hardcore. I don't think this is I don't know who did it, but you know, it's a rip-off of ECW. They were trying to capitalize off that video game here. This is when games were good. SmackDown. This is 2007 PlayStation 2. I don't know if it's 2007 or what year it was. Here Comes the Pain. Brock Lesnar on it. I don't know what this is, but when the game stands tall, maybe he just threw this in with maybe it's an accident. I don't know if that's meant to be in there. Here we go. Ric Flair. This is I actually own this DVD 3D set. These DVDs were not cheap when they were. I'm surprised WWE got out of that because these DVDs they sold them for $20 a pop, and now you get it all for $10 a month or whatever Peacock is. But here's a Brian Pillman Loose Cannon. I remember back in the day that was my favorite thing to do was buy a wrestling DVD, and the only way you could get those old matches or what, because fast internet hasn't been around the last 10 years anyway. I don't even know if I've had it 10 years where I could go in there and watch YouTube and pick up any match that you want to watch. But here's Greatest Rivalries, Shawn versus Bret. I don't know if the whole DVD's about them. My God, you talk about something been done to death. Shawn versus a sealed Sting into the light. WWE, WWE really did him wrong. They really did Sting wrong, But AEW's making up for that. Can you just slow down on all the high spots? I mean, we don't need Sting, 60-year-old Sting jumping off ladders and stuff, but they're really making it right. Here's The Rock. The Rock, epic journey. His journey continues to rise. One of my favorite ones. This is World Class Triumph and Tragedy. Never have enough Von Erich stuff. Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. I bet that's a good one. There's probably some good matches on there. Dudleyville, straight out of the legacy of the Dudleys. I just seen where they were reuniting for a tag match. Beyond the Mat. Some of you young wrestling fans probably never even seen this. It's available on YouTube, I believe. I watched it not too long ago. But yeah, Beyond the Mat. That was sort of my first thing into really knowing, what the. And here's the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. I remember buying this DVD about 10 years ago, maybe longer than that, maybe 12 years ago. But WWE doesn't want you to know about this, but the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. Rey Mysterio, the biggest little man. He's still current United States champion. This guy had a Shawn Michaels, My Journey 3D set. Zack Ryder, the Indie God. Probably more popular now than he's ever been. Here's something you really don't see much. Juggalo Championship Wrestling. This is the Insane Clown Posse. I mean, a lot of people don't even know about that. Here's a somebody capitalizing off Steve Austin in the early years. Probably a lot of USDA in here. USWA wrestling in here, excuse me. But I got this mask on and it's about 90 degrees out here. My wife said, wear a mask. It'll get you more views on YouTube. I'll get a stack up here and we'll go through them. Another Stone Cold DVD. The Stone Cold Truth. I wonder if it talks about him beating up Deborah. Here's Stone Cold Said So. Raw, the after show, all access VIP. Got Bryan Danielson on the back, Stone Cold on the front, 3Ds. Like I said, I'm $20 a pop. This guy had a lot of DVDs. Triple H, King of Kings. Chris Jericho, the GOAT. He's still out there doing it today. He's not quite as good as he was, but he's still Chris Jericho, the GOAT. Lucha Mania. I might have to watch this one. They even got Eddie Guerrero on the front there. The Heart and Soul Anthology. Hart family. Now this is a patriotic pro wrestling event. This is a local event. Me and my wife actually went to this event in 2006. We were dating at the time. It had Greg Valentine, Kevin Bonaire, Rowdy Piper was there. Probably the biggest thing that happened to Paris, Texas, as far as pro wrestling in a long time. Then you got the Eddie Guerrero story. Johnny TV, John Morrison, whatever you want to call him. Whatever,
He's got a lot of Johnny names.
Yeah. And you got Jeff Hardy. Should have an interesting story. Here's Crybaby Punk, CM Punk, best in the world. Troublemaker Punk anyway, is what I call him. I mean, he's a good wrestler, but I don't know if he's worth all the trouble that he brings. Let's see what this one is. This is Champions of the Squared Circle. It's a sealed. No telling what that bad boy's worth. The greatest superstars of WrestleMania. Mid-South Legends. I gotta find a DVD player so I can watch some of these. Not sure we even have a DVD player.
We use a PlayStation.
It's Good to Be King. Jerry the Lawler story. One of the greatest in professional wrestling. WCW Nitro. It's sealed. This guy didn't even watch it. I mean, why would you buy it and not watch it? That's probably $25. Starrcade, the Essential Collection. Let's see here. They just keep on rolling. I mean, this. Show a picture of this crate. See, showing what they. I mean, how many DVDs we got here. I don't know if you can see it there.
There's still quite a few.
There is what is that? Falls Count Anywhere. Another Hardcore Homecoming. Start a new stack down here. The Hardy Boys. Oh, this is a Matt Hardy story. I don't know why we couldn't have a combo there and sell Matt and Jeff together, but
It is Matt and Jeff.
oh, is it? Okay.
No.
TNA Bound for Glory. You know, they had some really good matches back in the early days of TNA. Let's see who we got on here. Young AJ Styles. Rhino was the NWA champion at the time. And they had some really good matches back in this day. Don't sleep on the early days of TNA. The Attitude Era, Sealed. That's that Corvette, famous when Stone Cold filled Vince McMahon's Corvette full of cement. I think they actually found this Corvette or had this Corvette on the Treasure Show that WWE did. I seen it. Another John Morrison. Man, how much? Maybe this is disc 2. I don't know. How much could you really say about Johnny Morrison? Slam City. I don't even know. That's some kind of cartoon.
Kids might like that.
Yeah. Rock versus Cena. You know, they fooled us all and said it was once in a lifetime. Turns out they really did it 2 years in a row. But it was a great match. That's Sealed too, by the way. Tribute to the troops. Classic superstars of wrestling. Booker T. Early matches. Probably some when they were the Ebony Experience in Dallas. On there. McMahon. You talk about it. I'd like to see a biography of Vince McMahon. But the only way they could do it is when he died, because he ain't going to show it now. Raw 100, I guess this is the 100th episode of Raw, or not 100 years, but feels like it's been on.
100 moments.
Yeah, 100 moments, oh, excuse me. Feels like it's been on 100 years. 2006, PlayStation 2, SmackDown versus Raw. He wrote his name on that one, but that's okay. DX. Here's a TNA Sting DVD. And this is a Southwest. This was Tully Blanchard's, his dad on this commission. And this is San Antonio territory. A lot of these hadn't even been watched. There's some of them sealed. 2007 Raw versus SmackDown. What do we got here? U.S. Champion. That's probably a good one. Triple H, the King of Kings, Sealed. Best pay-per-view matches, 2012, Sealed. Let's see what we got. Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan versus Punk. I bet that's a good one. John Cena versus The Rock. That's a good one. Sheamus versus The Big Show. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at that SummerSlam 2012. That's probably a good match. And that Christian versus Cody Rhodes. That's a good one. Rise and Fall ECW. For All of Mankind, Mick Foley. Sheamus. What could they say about Sheamus in 2012? He just got started. I guess he got started around 2007. Let's see here. The John Cena Experience. You know, we got tired of seeing him, but now we kind of miss him. The Undertaker. Deadliest Matches. Another Stone Cold. Boy, they like Stone Cold. Most popular. And oh my God, the top 50 moments in WWE history. I bet there's a lot of Stone Cold in there too.
About to lose this guy.
A Hardy Boys, Leap of Faith. How you like my chains? I mean, this guy had it all. Here's World Class Championship, a Von Erich story. Heroes of World Class. This is a good DVD. Sealed. Heroes of World Class. Another John Cena, My Life. What is this? TNA Wrestling. This is their TNA, ECW, whatever you want to call it. Their bloodiest moments. Then you got PlayStation 2, SmackDown vs. Raw, and ECW 2008. I guess these graphics, they're sort of like what the AEW video game looks like. The Brock Lesnar story. Never been watched. 6 hours of footage. I guess he didn't have 6 hours to watch it. The Giants World, Big Show. Randy Orton. I hope we get to see him back pretty soon. Hopefully he'll. You know, you don't realize how much you like these guys until they're not on TV every week. Here's a WCW Monday Nitro. Well, best of Monday Nitro.
Put your man Hulk on there.
Yeah. The story of WrestleMania. I went to check out some WrestleMania tickets today. The cheapest ones are $500 a piece. Is that right, Lindsay? $500?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For one night.
For one night, yeah.
1,000. for 2
Well,
nights.
that might have been a pipe dream trying to go to WrestleMania. Ladder matches, DVD. In Your House. I really like these In Your House pay-per-views back in the early 90s and mid-90s. Backyard wrestling, that's what we do around here, the backyard wrestling stuff. We're not quite that serious about it. We're making our way through these. Oh, it's off that one. Shawn Michaels. I thought we already did Shawn Michaels.
Here's another one.
Nice.
Heartbreaking Crown.
And this is 50 of TNA's greatest moments. Let's see here what the Hollywood Chris Rocks gets a taste of total non-stop action. World Series champion AJ Perazzi battles in base brawl. The surprise debut of Jeff Hardy against AJ Styles. But that's a good one. And then the King of the Mountain attacks Hulk Hogan in Japan. Sting's epic return to professional wrestling at Final Resolution 2006. The debut of Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Randy Savage. Some early TNA. The rise and fall of WCW. Well,
We used to watch that a lot.
yeah, I don't know what that is. Something. It's got Mick Foley or some kind of Christmas. Ring in the holidays. I think that's Mick Foley and his daughter on the back. Urban Wrestling Federation. I don't guess I've ever heard of this. I believe that's what's old boy? It's old boy on the back. What's that big guy? He wrestles. I can think of his name. You know, he wrestles. Him and John Moxley are friends. He's from New York. You know, I think he was just on Dynamite Wednesday. He come out. You know, he doesn't really look like a pro wrestler. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway,
Lindsay's not a
I'll think of his name here in a minute, but what is that guy's name? Let's see. Eddie Kingston.
Oh.
Kingston. There he is.
well, you can't really see from the picture.
Yeah,
Half
Mr.
his
Perfect.
face
He
is
really
covered.
was perfect. This even talks about his AWA days on here. We got Kane, Mayor Kane's story. Here's one that has never been opened, Lindsay. You remember this video?
Whatever.
I used to watch this back. We didn't have cable at the time, and I would fall asleep watching this, and she said all night long she would hear, "What a rush! Oh, what a rush!" One of the greatest tag teams there is, or was, and no longer with us. ECW One Night Stand. This was a good show. Both of these really were. I like the 2006 show better. Lance Storm versus Chris Jericho. Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. Let me read this off here. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit. Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman versus the Dudley Boys. The greatest stars of the 90s. I don't know why they always shun Hulk Hogan on here, but he's not on the cover. And another Rock, the most electrifying man.
Hulk was considered 80s.
He's 80s, 90s, and he was still, hell, he was WWE champion in 2012. Here's the Southern Wrestling. We got some Jackie Fargo, Spoiler, Rock and Roll Express, the Stomper, Dutch Mantel. There's a lot of good ones on this
22
one.
matches on there.
22 matches. I have to turn up a DVD player. Eddie Guerrero, another Viva La. And this is SmackDown. This is SmackDown versus Raw. I don't know what year this is from. I don't know. SmackDown versus Raw. And we got in here Bret Hart, the Hitman, the greatest tag teams, greatest tag teams. The Undertaker. And we're getting it down to the last nitty gritty. Mick Foley. You know, Mick Foley, he's been a lot of places. Edge. I think he retired tonight on SmackDown, or it was his last match anyway. And we got another Stone Cold, the legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know how many there are, but there they are. Yeah, we went over the DVDs. Well, our plan is to go over, we're going to do several videos over. We're going to try to cover as much of this collection as we can. And like and share if you like this video. And thank you for watching.